Fair use. Daily Reflections. This is a book of reflections by AA members for AA members. August 22nd. Seeking emotional stability. When we developed still more, we discovered the best possible source of emotional stability to be God Himself. We found that dependence upon His perfect justice, forgiveness, and love was healthy, and that it would work where nothing else would. If we really depended upon God, we couldn't very well play God to our fellows, nor would we feel the urge wholly to rely on human protection and care. 12 Steps and 12 Traditions, page 116. All my life I depended upon people for my emotional needs and security, but today I cannot live that way anymore. By the grace of God, I have admitted my powerlessness over people, places, and things. I had been a real people addict. Wherever I went, there had to be someone who would pay some kind of attention to me. It was the kind of attitude that could only get worse, because the more I depended on others and demanded attention, the less I received. I have given up believing that any human power can relieve me of that empty feeling. Although I remain a fragile human being who needs to work AA steps to keep this particular principle before my personality, it is only a loving God who can give me inner peace and emotional stability. Courage to Change, One Day at a Time in Al-Anon, August 22nd. My Al-Anon recovery involves becoming aware of what motivates my choices. I was appalled to discover that fear ruled my life. I seemed to be afraid of everything. I was afraid to say no, to show hurt or anger, to be confused. With clenched teeth and painted on smile, I'd say, "Oh, no, everything's okay," while thinking, "There'll come a day when I'll get even." Even that scared me because I was afraid of my own anger. Many of my Al-Anon friends used the slogans to deal with their fears, but when fear engulfed me, all I could think of was "came to believe." I couldn't finish the rest of the second step, but that one phrase was enough. So when the telephone rang and I was startled and beginning to imagine the worst, I would take a deep breath and say to myself, "came to believe." Then it became possible to pick up the phone, and I always hung up feeling so much lighter because we had handled it. Today's reminder: before taking any action, I need only remind myself that I am in the care of a higher power. Whether the words I use say help, or let go and let God, or came to believe, I know that my higher power and I can deal with whatever we are facing. There is a quote from Alateen, A Day at a Time, and it reads, "We turn our will and our life over to the care of God as we understand Him." A higher power is like a friend who really cares about us and wants to share our problems. Just for today, Daily Meditations for Recovering Addicts, August 22nd. Contribution. We recognize our spiritual growth when we are able to reach out and help others. Basic text, page 58. To make a difference in the world, to contribute something special, is perhaps the highest aspiration of the human heart. Each one of us, no matter what our personal makeup, has a unique quality to offer. Chances are that at some time in our recovery, we met someone who reached us when no one else could. Whether it was someone who made us laugh at our first meeting, a warm and compassionate sponsor, or an understanding friend who supported us through an emotional storm. That person made all the difference in the world. All of us have had the gift of recovery shared with us by another recovering addict. For that, we are grateful. We express our gratitude by sharing freely with others what was given to us. The individual message we carry may help a newcomer only we can reach. There are many ways to serve our fellowship. Each of us will find that we do some things better than others, but all service work is equally important. If we are willing to serve, we're sure to find that particular way to contribute that's right for us. Just for today, my contribution makes a difference. I will offer a helping hand. Today, Emotions Anonymous, August 22nd. Reflection for today. Negativism can lead me astray faster than anything else I know of. It is so easy for me to catch this virus of negativity. The germs surround me. If people around me are in a pessimistic mood, it is contagious to me. Then the negativity leads to depression, which in turn leads to self-pity and all the other diseases which follow. When I hear myself say I can't, I shouldn't, or it's a rotten day, I have to alert myself to the possibility of a major epidemic of symptoms and pain. I must remove myself from the negative atmosphere. I must speak with someone who is positive, and I must think positive thoughts. With concentration and effort, I can cure the virus. Meditation for today. Position me on the positive path and push me in that direction. Today I will remember, negativity makes me ill. Positivity keeps me healthy. Strengthening my recovery. Meditations for adult children of alcoholics, dysfunctional families. August 22nd. PTSD. PTSD is a condition of the body and mind in which a person stores the memory of a violent attack or life-threatening event. BRB page 344. When we got to ACA, we knew our minds and emotions were affected, but our bodies? We saw that the literature talked about how our bodies carry original trauma, so we started to pay attention. We soon noticed something very disturbing. We had a lot of automatic body reactions that happened without our permission. Eventually, we realized that our present-day bodies were acting on autopilot to safeguard us from perceived threat signals that our child bodies stored long ago. It was overwhelming to hear that because how do you change your body? We found that one way was to keep reading encouraging words in our fellowship text. It gave us hope that our bodies could recover when we read on page 621 that what can be learned can be unlearned, and on page 626, we now have gathered the knowledge and experience needed to transmit a vision for healing the injury and hurt caused by childhood trauma. As we worked the steps, followed the traditions, and attended meetings, we saw that our minds, emotions, spirits, and bodies started to heal. We were amazed at this program's power. It was larger than the effects that we carried in our blood, tissue, nerves, and bone. The affirmation reads, "On this day I will help my body recover by acknowledging when I have a physical reaction to a seemingly non-threatening situation. I will then reach out to try to uncover where the reaction is coming from to help myself heal." Please share, subscribe, like, and most of all, be the you that you are created to be. To remember that recovery is possible and that you are not alone, one day at a time.